That is literally 20 matches before Monday. I think I can go ahead and use marks even if I have no idea what I'm doing in this meta. All right, what do we got? First flow match. I hate so many of you. You're annoying. You're annoying. The Hulkling concerns me a little bit. But I'm gonna say... Yeah, actually... we'll see if I regret that. Hey, Luke. Thanks. Congrats on Corvus. Nice, Sarah Ghost. She is in the deck. See if she shows up. Hulkling is way better against Penny now, unfortunately. Scared of that Ronin, too. Excuse me. I don't know if that was the right pick, but I know nothing about this meta, so let's see what we got. Did not see Chavez. Fair? Start with the big boy. Fair. I don't know if this will work. I'm gonna try. Hey, Joey. If this doesn't work, I may take She-Hulk out of my deck, but we gotta give Jen a shot. Did not realize that they were running recoil. Very nice to be able to hit their block, though. Jesus. That was on me, but come on, buddy. Does it look as laggy on that end as it does on mine? No, I blocked that. What is this fight? No! Okay. Okay, we got a parry that worked. That was nice. Just in time for all of our Furies to fall off because he finally decided to not play nice. Okay. Well, that was awful. Yeah, I mean, congrats to Victor for holding down the fort. The thing is, I feel like that was actually fine. Like she's as I mean as a matchup. She's good as a matchup. It just didn't go well. But if that's how that feels when I have what was that? 4 blocks that didn't take? I think I'll yeah, I'll take it. Sounds good, Highline. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hope you're feeling good at the end of the long day. I think we just go Mojo. Not surprised to see the Ronin there. I wonder what Sig that Ronin. I don't know how much it was dropped inputs and how much it might. There might be a bit of like stream lag. It was just rough. Cold Shiner, nice man. Thought about grabbing a for this one. We're losing some time there. Eat our specials. Dear God, that's a lot of. Did we hit 19 at one point? Nice bean. Hey, Zedman. Double dog. Yeah, Storm can't glance special attacks. Now, she probably did glance some of his basics, which probably helped us slow that down, but... that was interesting. Hey, if you're here, thanks for being here. You wrote and cheesed one in Act 7. I probably will sig up my 5-star at some point for this kind of meta, but he ain't there yet, and I'm not bringing him in as a 455. I think Nick is probably still suitably annoying. I do see that Ronin down there. Burke is awful. I hate him. Bishop sounds pretty rough. I think there's a decent chance this person is running recoil as well. We'll see. I don't blame them for their bans. Definitely gonna grab Mojo again. That worked wonderfully. Matthias, you know Rocket is being buffed literally next month, right? That makes sense. How's it going, work? Yeah, happy to pick her up. I guess we just go Hood. Good, reliable, all-purpose attacker. Yeah, I can see that, Luke. I personally prefer to worry about the quests, especially in Act 7 or 8, because I often find them fun, but each their own. That's probably what we want, and Apocalypse should just be nice and slow, right? Obvious answer there. And if they draft one, well, they draft. Storm could be good again, but I think with Longshot there, yeah, I think this is what I... What a last round. How incredibly rude. Don't see a big offensive use for Mojo, so here we go. I think they probably have this one. We could get lucky early before they get to the special 2. I don't agree at all, Prakar. I think the community is badly misunderstanding a lot of the recent buffs. Jesus, I hate that it's so hard to dodge out of that. Get some adrenaline here. Alright, at least we crit at the end. The fact that he's not done yet is a very good sign. You picked two of the other most problematic buffs, in my opinion, Prakar. And I just, yeah. I don't, wherever your bar is, if you think that the last couple buffs don't meet it, I feel like it's too high. Jugs is great. Fleeta has him in his deck. Ant-Man is really, really solid. Yeah, Storm is really good. Mordo's really good. Yondu is quite solid. I think he's just underrated because Nimrod is such an overwhelming bench. Like, the only one I will give people that was a bit disappointing was Weapon X, or Deadpool X-Force. I did find that one kind of disappointing. Yep, she's... That's fine. Shouldn't have taken that hit. Cost us a couple seconds. I don't think Jane was disappointing. I think people wanted a stunlock champion who could do it forever just because yeah, I don't think Jane was disappointing. I've seen some really good stuff from her. I think she's underrated because people don't realize how dangerous it is to have a champion who can stunlock. Yeah, I'd agree with that on DPX, Luke. Okay, if they're not done, I think we're good. And I don't agree with you, Brakar. I think Jane does have a purpose. And no, you are. I'm sorry, dude. You are wrong on Ant-Man. He's buff immune, shock immune, and poison immune. You are. You're just wrong there. Ant-Man has a lot of use. I would love to have a high sig rank 3 Ant-Man. Yeah, Zergos makes a good point. And Jane has different kinds of damage than both of those. He also has stagger, which neither of them do. If you're dealing with somebody with Mystic Ward, Sorcerer will get around it sometimes. Diablo will not. Jane will. Different abilities have different uses. Like, the character evaluation is too often put along a linear track, and that's just not how it works. You said the characters should. See, now you're shifting the goalposts, Prakar. You said that characters should have a purpose on a roster. Ant-Man has a purpose on a roster. The fact that he is not as good as, in like, if you line them up in order, as four of the best characters in the class, that is moving the goalposts. We are now having a different conversation. Yeah, Eric, I understand where you're coming from there. Like, you are not the only person I've heard say that they wished Jane would get a completely different kit. But the problem is in the aftermath of the Hood buff, changing her kit entirely when she had even one impractical thing she could do that people enjoyed is just dangerous. And so the team chose not to do it. I mean, look at what happened with Ant-Man. People still complained that it, with a straight face, that it was a nerf, not a buff, because his ceiling with four dedicated synergy partners in an abyss fight went down. Meanwhile, he's now actually assignable in war and usable in battlegrounds. You have to be careful with the community. I mean, you could call Ant-Man Science Iceman, except he's also buff immune, and he has way better damage than Iceman. Will relics be locked in for battlegrounds like masteries are? I don't think so, Nick, because you're not in a quest. Like, you're not going to have time to go to your roster and change relics in the middle of a battleground set, but I don't think they're going to be locked into a deck. And if where you're going with that is, can I have my relic on like Juggernaut in my Battlegrounds deck, but move it over to, I don't know, Dragon Man for questing, no, your relic is for. I believe Ant-Man in his current form does need the awakening. Let me give it a look. It's been a little bit. I remember thinking he wanted High Sig. Yeah, because you get the extra fatigues and you get the pause on poisons. Yeah, he definitely wants the dupe. Hey, Wolfmite. Are there overhaul buffs planned for the future? That's not really how it works anymore. There's only so much I can go into the process, but they did say like what was it? Juggernaut was the first of a new process. So like all of the old terminology, like kind of toss that out. When characters get reworked, they get reworked to a point where we feel like they're good enough. We're not strictly thinking in like overhaul moderate value. There are characters where we think, probably all we need here is a value tune up, but like that's not we're not planning them quite along those lines. If that makes sense. Yeah, science is still a sig hungry class. Yeah, Jugs definitely counts as an overhaul. And Jugs was one of those characters that is so bad that the designer for that did pretty much have permission to start from scratch, right? Because like he had nothing going. But that's going to be a sliding scale. Like you could have looked at old Jane and said she had nothing going on, but she did have at least a theoretically high damage ceiling, some potential to stun lock, and high energy resistance. So like that kind of had to be kept. So that's kind of the thing. Is like if you look at an old champion and there's something about their kit that you can like condense down to a bullet point of like, hey, they do at least this thing well, we'll probably hold on to that. Maybe we'll try and make it more accessible. Maybe we'll try and make it more interactable. Like, notice that Ant-Man's glancing is now a little bit less BS. But we'll try and hold on to the spirit of the bullet point, and then we'll add other bullet points if we feel we need. Does that make sense? The rocket one is definitely more than a value buff. Whether you call it a complete overhaul or not, I think it's probably going to depend on how you define things, but it's fairly substantial. Hey, Eduardo. And it's fun. I like playing him. So Groot needs a complete overhaul. Groot is probably pretty close to that end of the spectrum, yes. Um, a big Nova actually kind of concerns me. Nick is still annoying. That's a very large warlock, so let's just do that. Thought about taking out Modoc, but yeah, I feel fine with this. Hey, B. Wait, I don't even remember drafting Miguel. Did I look away for that long? Who else did I have an option of in the first one? Oh well. It is what it is. Yeah, I don't know. Miguel was auto-picked when I finished my bans? What the? Okay. Well, that's nice and fun. Love that. Very cool. Ronan is very good at this meta, Michael. I'm kind of expecting them to use I-Bomb here and save Torch for Maw, but we'll see. I think I kind of need to put my money where my mouth is. If they... Okay, if they do that too, I still probably have time. We'll see. Whoa. Sneaky light attack. Hmm. It's kind of weird. The Airy and Evade have the same color text. Can Ronan even proc flow buffs on Doom? Don't you need to crit to do it? I'm glad I asked that question out loud. God. I should have just placed Maw and gambled. Hoped that Torch would have messed up. That's... yeah, I was a coward. Because I don't think this is going to go particularly well. hurt. Forgot about the prowess part, honestly. That's on me. Alright. So much for taunts. Are you serious? Wow. This is just gonna kill. That's freaking ridiculous. Oh well. I mean, this wasn't a good round. Like I said, I just should have placed Maw and let them gamble. I'm not going to blame the AI for being a jerk, even if it is. Come on! God. Stupid freaking timeout. Well, not only will lock-on get around the resistance work, but crits will ignore 80% of it. And now I died a... Yeah, that's why I should have baited out Torch, because I wasn't thinking about this part. Yep. Alright, well played, sir. Architect of my own demise here. Yeah, I was definitely pretty frustrated, Tiberius. Both at myself and the fact that all of those taunts apparently did F all. Oh. Nope, okay. This is what we got now. Yep. I love E. That's fine. It's over. I should have held out. That's okay. I'm still pretty tilted for my bomb. Really frustrating how bad taunts are. Hold on, let's do some quick math. How much more likely was he supposed to be? Use panic. 15% for each. Good lord, he was up to 75%. Well, that clearly worked. Oh, I'm laughing not at our opponent, but like at the ridiculousness that is rank 4 Maw. I'm sorry, Fez, you outplayed me, but that's hilarious. My apologies, but I knew there was a pretty solid chance, Eric. I just didn't want to jinx it. That's one of those with every passing seconds it feels better fights. Whew. I can see that argument, BT, but I honestly like the thing is that the prowess is also something to cheese if you have any kind of buff management. So I think it's okay. Because the thing about Battlegrounds is that like it's fine for the gladiator circuit to be significantly harder than any given war season because 29 other people aren't relying on you. And if you lose, you just go on to the next one. It's not like war where you have it's like these are your 12 shots and that's it. So I think it's okay. But I understand that this is pretty brutal for a lot of people. Laughing is good for this. All right, let's try another one. Man, what a silly fight that was. All right. Okay. Funny thing is, Omega Sentinel should actually get slightly easier. I know the special 2 is still dangerous. Domino wasn't that bad. If they ban my Nimrod, I'd probably have other options. Bishop still sounds pretty ugly. Always hurt. Oh, I thank you for reposting your question, Sarah Ghost. I recognize it from earlier. 1 second. I mean, I think he's a good SIG investment in general. I do think Wiccan is also a pretty good SIG investment because it kind of shores up one of his primary weaknesses. Um, but if you're trying to like convince yourself to SIG him up, I think that it's not just prestige. Yes, I agree with you there. Hmm. I guess there are enough heroes on the other side that crossbones is worth something, but let's see. It at least keeps me from dying the way I did last time, because we do have a lot of mystics. And I'm potentially extremely thankful for it against that thing. I think we just grabbed Tigra here for the Omega Sentinel. Okay. I feel pretty good about this. Hey, Zach, how's it going? Yes, Dane. There are two different. They're basically the equivalent of both ISO and catalysts. They're called Ember and Alloy. Um, yeah, let's start with Doom. Cool. Hmm. Yeah, this is what he probably wins, but this should be a good matchup for Crossbones. So let's see what. Hey, Easy, how's it going? I should have been braver about my wake-ups. Like, that wasn't terrible, but we definitely could have been faster. And I knew I was on a clock. Okay, never mind. Doom did enough block damage.
I think you want Crossbones to be awake. Is the Awakening just a shrug? I haven't checked since his buff. I'll check it out in a second, Antrasis. How's it going? Yeah, I know Hitmonkey's quite good for Thing. We're putting Maw down. Because I know Archangel can take Maw, but it is not as fast as most people think.
Okay. Come on, girl, don't fail me now. Okay.
Hey, Moto. Welcome, Matt.
Come on, small health pool. Do it. That's our girl. I don't think there's any way in hell Archangel versus Maw goes well enough to take that down. Crossbone Sig is just shrug chance. Thank you, work. Then yeah, I mean for Battlegrounds, I don't think it's necessary. Then like it wasn't a factor at all in the fight I just did. But it is generally nice because skilled champions get used for shrugging things. Yeah. For those who don't know, Archangel only procs poisons on contact attacks, which means that it's pretty freaking difficult to get poisons on Maw just by blocking. You have to be very lucky. Longest break I took from MCOC? As far as a not logging on at all break, 2 weeks. I did soft retire and went to an alliance with some old friends and like barely played for a couple months. Was that after WoW and before SSX? And I think I did something similar in between another alliance I used to be in called Evil and before WoW. Uh, but yeah, I haven't taken too many big breaks. Oh, against your teammate? Nice. Tell him good game. And if he's wondering, if he complains about bad RNG on the Archangel versus Maw fight, let him know what I said. Crossbones is hard for average players? I suppose so. For a meta like this, though, you can get an awful lot out of him just by parry heavying periodically and only using him against heroes. I don't think it's that bad. Hey, Zach. Excuse me. Complete a quest. Ah, the one thing I am not doing right. How close am I to the end? Close enough to be itchy.
Hey, Evan. Welcome. Hey, Mandrux, how's it going? Good luck, Entrasis. Appreciate it, Evan. Yeah, I agree, Zach. The store rewards are really solid. Like, I know they're still trying to work out the stuff higher up, but I've been very, very happy with it all. Like the rewards you get from just playing periodically and winning a decent amount of the time, like the return on investment for this game mode is huge. I haven't spent any units at all on it, and I've gotten out of it what? I think 36 stones thus far, and probably about 45,000 shards. Or I guess only 40,000 shards. Like, it's so good. Yeah, there are price differences for most of the items. There we go. That is what I'm talking about. Really good last draft. And we still have to deal with that penny. Yeah, that will be helpful, Fred. Hmm. Yeah, maybe not all of them did change. Yeah, that makes sense, Easy. No sense in burning yourself out. I say. No. Okay. I'll start making progress. Gary's failing again. All right. Okay. I wasn't sure if that would be fast enough, but doom is doom. Stayed the course. Hey, Scarco. I'll catch up on chat in a second. I know I've missed a few. pretty good poison luck.
Woo! I almost did not trust myself at the end there. Ugh. Ooh, earned that one. God, Doom with 7 prowess is terrifying. Ugh. Thanks, nerd. Yeah, not bad, Andreas. Good game. I'm gonna grab some water real quick. Be right back, and I'll catch you back in a minute. Thanks, nerd. Ooh, quantum. What are the breakdowns? Okay, so that's 7,000. So we're starting to get into the point. We got a long, long way to go before they really start escalating, but that is okay. I'm not particularly beat up about that. Let's see, we're sitting on 17,000 now. Is 17,000 enough to max this? Almost. Okay. So another set of objectives over the weekend, and we for sure have 50 more Sig Stones. Good lord, I need to start putting Sig Stones places. Could also have quite a few shards. Yeah, like I love that this is now 30. Like 2 whole feature crystals right there. And if you place really high, then you kind of have to sit and wait and spread out your winnings, but yeah, I really like the store. Thanks, Address. That was fun. Yeah, I'm believing you, nerd. Because mine is what, like 40 maybe? 20. Yeah. And at Sig 200, what is it? Like 30% longer? Yeah, 30. Yeah. Because the poisons are 25 seconds, and so 15% is roughly an eighth. So we're looking at like 3 seconds longer. So therefore, 30% is going to be another 3 seconds. Yeah, 3 seconds is a ton of freaking time. So yeah, that checks out. 55-second kill with Rintra or versus Rintra, very cool. Suddenly much closer to a new rank 4 than you were 2 days ago. Nice. Am I allowed to talk about the modding that's going on? I mean, they're going to scrub them from the leaderboards. That's pretty much all that I know at my pay grade.
I know it sucks to face those people, and that's been brought up in the CCP. Yeah, I'm not really sure what else there is to say right now. I do think they're hoping to address it a little bit more than just scrubbing them soon. It is really annoying. Okay, so let me catch up a little bit. Do I think Spidey 99 is still worth the rank 4 at the moment with being banned in War and not being the fastest in Battlegrounds? I still think he's really solid. I mean, after he's banned, he's going to be unbanned. And he's not always like he's not a torch. He's not a ghost. He's not always going to end up right back on the whitelist. I really do think that um Miguel is only blacklisted because the tactic made him look so good on top of being realistically the only buff immune we had. Like we technically had Red Guardian, but he's not really serviceable in war at the moment. Titania wasn't out yet, and Ant-Man wasn't buffed yet. Like the number of champions I would feel comfortable assigning in war, assuming decent hands, with buff immunity tripled. Unless I'm forgetting somebody. But I think it's that. So like I don't think that he is that good that we're gonna see him banned again. So if you like him and he is one of your favorite ways to deal with ability power rate or buff punishment, then I definitely think he still has value. I agree, Cyber, like the blue silver design. What do I think about a potential point bonus in Battlegrounds if I finish with 100% health? I don't like it. And the main reason is because a lot of champions will instantly be locked. Yeah, most champions will instantly be locked out of said bonus if you block even once. And I don't think that that's very interesting. Because then, like, you're arbitrarily deciding somebody like Kingpin, somebody like iBomb, somebody with even the smallest amount of regen, you're arbitrarily saying that they are worth more points as attackers. And I don't think that that's very cool. Um, I think that the difference between 99 health and 100 health should be the same as the difference between 98 health and 99. I don't think there's a meaningful difference. Anything beyond that, and you're basically distorting players' choices for. Anti Venom is a good counter for Bishop. Yeah, on some levels, for sure. Just block it, block the special one, regen it back. Be immune to incinerate. Makes sense. Am I allowed to talk about Friday's event? What is Friday's event? Oh yeah, that's a visual issue. That's getting looked at, Saraghost. Apparently it's been broken before, so they know how to fix it. Point system is fine as is. I agree, honestly. I think that like there's going to be matches that feel weird, but I think that the scoring is pretty good. I mean, if they want to do metas in the future where instead of 100% attack and 300% health, they like double both of those. And then it's just kind of take off as much as you can. And they want to balance that by every once in a while throwing in nerds' favorite metas and making it only 200% health. Then like they can play around with that, but I think the actual scoring is pretty much where it needs to be. Hey, Troy. Yeah, Scarco. Anti-Venom's pretty cool. Oh, Deadpool stuff? Yeah, I don't know much about that.
I didn't know it was Friday if it is. Um, Basically, like, for me to see event details, sometimes I get emails that like things have been edited and I can go look at them. Sometimes. Otherwise I have to like go looking for them if I can find them. And I can't always find them. Because like some stuff lives in a place where I can access it, and some stuff lives in other documents and folders that I don't have access to. So it's yeah. Just because I work for the company doesn't mean I know everything that's coming, because there are an awful lot of moving parts behind this game. Nice, nerd. Yeah, Killmonger is so worth it. Just got a 6-star awakening gem on the first trip through the side quest. Jesus. I think you're the second person in my chat today who's gotten that. Well, congrats then. Victory track nodes changing from season to season? Yes. Hope they mix in some small health pool metas even if it's 1 week per season. I can see that. If they do the small health pool ones, though, I do hope they also do some larger health pool ones. And like, I don't think they need to change the timers. They just have a week where like a lot of fights don't finish. But I well, for one thing, imagine if there was like if it was 600% extra health, suddenly Nick Fury becomes a way less BS defender because you're probably not going to finish it, and so he's probably never going to heal. It's going to be how much can you take off his first life as opposed to can you get through both. And so he would actually be on more even footing with somebody like Doom or whatever. And, Mr. Fantastic would become a better Doom counter. Anybody who has time to ramp via special threes becomes better. But it's not that Doom would really become a worse defender because he would have more chances to kill you via his specials, and that block damage would add up. Like, I want to see them go both ways. We'll see. I have 8.1 generic SIG starting to expire, like the idea of dumping them into iBomb. I won't stop you. I need to think about SIGs. Let's take a look real quick, because I have a lot of things expiring. I don't like how this is always red now. But what am I looking at? Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I have 50 in 3.5 days. So let's take a look at characters. Because I'm not feeding Maw. I know a lot of people are like, oh, he does more damage if he has higher sig, but it's nothing compared to the special 2, and the ability power rate interests me, but I don't think it's worth it. Um, Guardian's already maxed. Mysterio's not getting any more. Cap's maxed. I might max Black Panther, because he is actually only 120. I think I had remembered an extra dupe for him myself, and it would be nice to have him at 200. So he's on the table. Miguel is hesitantly on the table because it would be nice holding on to more of my ruptures. That does make him much, much better. Sam having extra attack would be nice. Mojo having more damage would, but I don't think you get to 5 often enough in something like Battlegrounds for that to really matter. I don't think Scorpion matters. I'd consider Hulkling, but pretty much only if I'm taking him to rank 4. I think low sig is kind of okay for him. I have thought about giving Kingpin, getting him to the threshold. Although I don't like leaving him at 65, I would take him to 8. I'm like that. I've already given a fair amount to She-Hulk, but I think I'm pretty happy with where she is. Yeah, we're up to a 50% chance to purify. That's why I stopped. Just thinking out loud here. Void obviously benefits from more SIGs, but
Again, I'm not really running him in War, and in Battlegrounds, if you're getting Fear of the Void up, the fight's probably taking too long anyway, is my personal opinion. High Sig Nova is actually quite good for Battlegrounds, I'm sure, but that would be a little bit crazy. Doc's not insane. Nerd already mentioned I-Bomb. That's a good one. Thing is a good long-term investment, especially for incursions, if I want to go that route. Borg is a good investment for Battlegrounds. Probably where I stop right. It occurred to me as I was scrolling that I could completely mess with you guys and say something like Captain America will be a good investment. But yeah. You'll get that news when those pieces of news come out.
How about Killmonger? My Killmonger is Sig 200. That is a Sig 200 rank 4, my friend. Kabam did fix sandbagging. Just because people are doing sandbagging doesn't mean it's working. Unless you see somebody with like 10 1 stars in their deck, and they're in like a well-populated area or in the Glad Circuit or something, and they're matching people whose decks look like mine, I consider it fixed. Maybe Ultron? Oh, is he duped? I honestly had forgotten. Yeah, that's not insane. Because he's pretty good for like the safeguard type metas, but I don't know. A-Bomb is a beast as a defender? You mean like normal A-Bomb? How? What does he have going for him other than like, hey, bring a poison immune? I'm sorry to hear that, Robert. Yeah, Diamond is a bit of a slog. Is there a sweet spot for Mysterio? Most sweet spots end up somewhere around like 60, just without looking. Um 60's not a bad spot for his. Yeah, his is less, or his is more linear than most. Yeah, Mysterio you probably want more along the lines of like 100. It's a weird one because it is pretty linear, and I do think pretty much all the way up to Sig 200 he benefits, but he doesn't need it. So I don't know. Mysterio is one where like I would only Sig if you have Sigs to burn and you like playing him. Somebody had so many ones and twos that they had to draft more than one of them against you earlier. Well, then sandbagging is working in another way, isn't it? Keep seeing folks in chat saying they're matching much stronger rosters because of sandbagging. Yeah, I really wonder because I will often see a roster, and the minute that I pick up on the fact that they have like any good characters, I'll go, "Oh, their deck is better than mine," and then like I'll crush them and clearly have a roster advantage. It's not that common, but it has happened more than once. So I do think that there is a little bit of internal bias for a lot of us, where it's like those decks may actually be a more even match than you think. They just may be a little top heavy. And honestly, like, I think if you loaded up your deck with 5 rank 4s and 25 1-stars, that you would meet somebody that you could stomp if you drafted all of those rank 4s. But at that point, you have to draft like all 5 of the rank 4s. You get the point I'm at, right? Like, there's probably some break-even point in between that extreme and most of the ones that I've seen. But you're taking a big risk. Like Madrox said, what are my thoughts on OG Guillotine? I think that she's solid. I think she's specifically solid in Battlegrounds if you can play her well. Kind of take the Tiger approach, and then she's just kind of Tiger but with bleeds, which is obviously worse because there are way more bleed immunes than there are rupture immunes, and she does not have neutralize. But from a speed perspective, she can be quite good, and I think her regen is a lot better. Who's my least favorite champion to fight, and why is it Rintra? It is not Rintra for me. Not unless he's lagging the way he did earlier. I don't know. I like it might even be somebody like Korg. Because I feel comfortable with a lot of the more difficult defenders because I've had to do it so many times. Some of my least favorite defenders to fight are like Stealth Spidey and Doc Ock because there's not much challenging in them, but their kit or there's not much challenging in their kits, but their movesets are just annoying. So annoying. Awakened Your Wiccan and he's been getting banned. I'm sure for this meta in particular. Or oh, you're in Diamond, but even so, yeah. He can do really great things on Bulwark. Yeah, Nerd is correct, Alfredo. Rintra is definitely better on both defense and attack than Toad. I do like Toad, but Rintra's in another class for Battlegrounds. Hey, Alfredo. Let's not get weird, debugger. Key is to not get negative about your chances. Confidence goes a long way. Yeah. I mean, it kind of different people can operate on different ways. Sometimes if you like talk down your chances, then that's the motivation you need. I don't know if it's that for me. I don't think it is. Because like I will try whether I think I'm gonna lose or not. Most dangerous thing for me is getting flustered on a choice and feeling rushed. But that's something I'm working on myself. And that's more of a product of draft than roster. Yeah. However you process it psychologically, emotionally, I think the important thing is just to make sure you don't give up, right? Yeah, Guillotine 99 is on there. Ah, jeez. What do I find annoying about Doc Ock? The stupid tentacles. Did Wiccan's game crash bug get fixed? Last I heard they're still working on it. Seems like it's being a difficult one. What's the highest rank in BGs? Was it Celestial 1? Saw we had the same rating in BGs earlier and urgently pressed the play now button while I was talking to. That's very funny, boy. I hope you did well. Try to make sure I have 5 of each class. Yeah, I hear that. I'm definitely not running by those rules right now, but it's not a bad place to start. Yeah, me too, Cyber. It's a good like in-universe pick for the various materials. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, Madrox.
Don't like you. Don't like you. You shouldn't exist. I think that's where we are.
Offer tribute to sacrifice energy. Yeah, I've heard complaints about that. I don't know. I'm willing to take it
As like flavor, but I get the point. Mm-hmm. Jesus. Sorry, the buttons are messing with. Kind of need to trust I get somebody else for Void. Um,
who's my favorite to fight Korg? If I have time, House of X. He's just not that quick. I'm not sure what you mean, Entrasis. The one loyalty 40% revives have been there for months now.
get it out of the way. I know that they wanted that. That's a very big king route, but you never know. Get through this.
Oh, I'll get to that in a minute, Entrasis, but no, I would not expect AQ revives the same as the war ones.
Oh, right. Please throw it. Come on. Thank you. Not great. Not great at all. I think he wins. Or sorry, I think they win, but practice. Because there's nothing that says they have to lose any health at all. So I would need a huge time advantage.
That's one of the things that led me to rank 3 Penny Jaw, so I don't think it's a bad idea.
Okay. Bravo. I guess he crits and Crossbones doesn't. Maybe that was just a lot of waiting.
Yeah, the friendly metas do change. When the victory track changes, the friendlies will change.
I think this is what I want.
If your plan is to take down Nick, you don't need to Sig Penny at all.
Sig 1 is enough. Hulk has always felt like one of the hardest for me to parry. He just, I don't know, doesn't beat or something. Come on, buddy. On. Thank you. Get lucky with some crits. Alright, just there. Alright, how did that work? Yes. Oh my god.
Alright, that's the closest one I've had in a while. It really makes me wish that my first couple parries had landed, but also thank you, RN Jesus. I'm not going to complain too much about that one, William. Like, he wasn't throwing specials immediately, but he was when I was hitting his block. I'll count my blessings. No, I have not seen Dom or Alfredo. Doesn't really seem like. But I imagine BGs in 2017, 2018, they've got a Blade ban. I mean, without Ghost Rider, his value definitely goes down, but yeah, definitely would have been up there. Oh, just in general? Yeah, I can hear that. Well, this has been a good stream. This has been a very good stream. I'm probably going to call it here, though. Don't want to stay up too late. I went to bed way too late last night. Got a playtest tomorrow. Be cool to everyone and don't open. Remember to place defenders? Will do easy. That is actually something I often do before going to bed for the ult. All right, thanks everybody for hanging out. I had a good time, and I'll catch you soon. I don't know. I wanted to do Battlegrounds because I hadn't done any in a while. Yeah, 2 full days. And not a lot since 5 days. Yeah, okay. So I'm glad I did this, but probably will be doing some more relics this weekend. So If you guys have specific things that you want me to try the relics on, based on what we streamed earlier, what you're seeing other people do, let me know. Until then, take care, everyone.